And that it is. It's a beautiful day. It's Friday. And you know what you've checked into, right? You've got the best show on the Gulf Coast. Thank you for checking into Sunshine's Corner. And as always, you know we've got a bountiful amount of information that's going to be so beneficial for you. I've got so much to share with you today. But let me give you a little prelude of what I want you to realize. So you can just pass this along, because for those of you who are wondering, you know, oh, where's Sunshine? Well, look at this. Step into Sunshine's Corner Monday through Friday, each and every weekday, right here on Blab TV, 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock, the most information you could ever use. And I want to refresh your mind every day, because we are new, but you see, when you start and it's just catapulting to another level, I want you to be able to share that with everybody. Now, when it comes to the show, what you can expect, we're going to educate you, we're going to inform you, and definitely entertain you. So with those three components, you're not going to miss anything. We're going to have fantastic guests every week that's going to keep you informed on what's happening, what's coming up, what you need to know. And get this, I want to certainly invite each and every person that's watching today. I want you to be a part of the show. See, I'm not a selfish person at all. I want to share my joy with you. So when we're talking, if there's a conversation that we've got going on that possibly something we didn't hit, look, you can call me up yourself and be a part of the show every single day. That's why it's so inclusive, because it's not mine, it's ours. Call us up during the show at 850-432-7768, or you can text at that number as well, and I will respond to your question or your comments. I want to say this to the young man who met me Wednesday afternoon. I got a inbox on my messenger. He said, I got something for you, Sunshine. I was so pleased. His name is Alfie. His name is Alfie, but it's Alfred. He created this beautiful bracelet for me. He said that he had looked for me because he was just loved my energy, but he created this beautiful bracelet, and it says Sunshine's Corner. Aww. And I thought that was so beautiful. Thank you, Alfie. And listen, I appreciate you even more. This is how we do it when I say connection. You see, when you connect the dots, I say this often because I truly believe this. If we put all of our connections together, complete, there's nothing that we can't do. All we got to do is connect the dots. Don't do this, get it in your hands and hold it. Spread and share it. That's what we're talking about with Sunshine's Corner. We're going to be talking with a guest today that is absolutely phenomenal. And every Friday, yeah, got my sidekick in today. But you know, it's the weekend, baby. But today we're going to be talking with a young man. I am so fully impressed with him. Mr. Abraham Scully. He's here with us. He's going to be talking today about plenty of things that he has done and what he's working on, how to make a difference right here at home. We also have my sidekick in the studio with me today, my girl, Kathina. She calls herself K. Nicole, but her name is Kathina, okay? But that's how I recognize her, as Kathina. But we're going to be talking about things that's going to be so beneficial for you today. I'm so happy to hit this topic on what's happening with our community, with our youth, that I'm certainly overwhelmed to get the information out there. This is what I want to do first of all. You brought up a point, and because I'm going to redo this question because of what you do, Abraham, with so many of the young people in our community, so many things that are happening now. And every day when you pick up the paper or you listen to the news, you hear nothing but tragedy. And these things are so difficult to deal with. What is it? How can you deal with things like, let's go to, our young people are so into the age of nothing but electronics. They don't go outside and play.
No.
They don't go outside and run down the hill, you know. What did you say? I don't know. You know, okay. Yep. But look at this. Look at P. Diddy. P. Diddy is out there. Oh, you're laughing, but you know where I'm going. Okay, P. Diddy is out there. Every young person knows who P. Diddy is. Mm-hmm. There's another person, Bishop, you know, there in Texas. With all this that's going on now, how the young people are looking at all this stuff that P. Diddy is having to fight. How and what are your opinions on how we're going to get these young people to think, okay, you know, everybody want to sing. Everybody think they can rap. Everybody think they got that talent. I can get out there and do that rap thing, right? People, I'm sorry to tell you, we all can't rap. I mean, my son thought the same thing. I told him, I said, darling, with the business I'm in, don't you know if you could, I'd have you out there? I had to wake him up because he thought he could do it. But with this big diverse thing that's going on with Diddy, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I want to ask you from a young man's point of view, do you think Diddy is doing all of this? Or do you think Diddy has done this? That's just an opinion. But how is it? Because that affects our young people, because everybody want to be like, you know, P. Diddy. He can't rap either in my book. But he has opened the door. How do you look at that? Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, so I think I don't have enough context or information or even relationship with Diddy to know exactly what's going on. I mean, obviously we get to see the news and we get the outsider's perspective.
Right.
But to be able to speak on how do you see what's going on and make a decision for yourself as a young person, there's this thing that I share with a lot of people. It's a framework that I came up with years ago. It's called being hot.
Okay.
And so it's an acronym that stands for being honest, open, and transparent.
Come on.
And I think it's critical when we embrace being hot as an individual, because from there we can build relationships with ourselves and then with the people that we have around us. And the first part of the framework is being honest. And that's not with anyone else. That's not this image that we share or we portray, but it's when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we are honest with ourselves. How am I doing? Who am I? What do I care about? What do I love?
Love it.
And from being honest with ourselves, we can get to the next phase, which is being open. So that's being open to trying something different, being open to doing something that hasn't been done before.
Right.
I'm a first generation college student. I'm the first author in my family. I'm the first in my family to get up and leave home.
Come on, baby.
I'm the first to do a lot of things, but I had to be open to trying something that hadn't been done before I was able to do it. And then the last piece of the framework is being transparent.
Right.
So that's when we take the information that we have about ourselves, we take the openness to trying something different, and we show up as we authentically are in these communities that we live in and we serve and support. So when a young person is looking at Diddy, they're looking at Bishop, they're looking at all these different things, at the end of the day, no one has control over your life. So what you do with the information that you see is up to you. And my life didn't really change as far as me being able to make decisions for myself until I took 100% accountability. So for any youth or young person who's seeing all of these stories and hearing all of these things, that has nothing to do with your life.
Exactly.
You know, so with what you see, how can you assess yourself? How can you figure out what direction you want to take and then walk in that? Because there are a lot of distractions that exist.
And they are coming in a flood.
And they're coming fast, especially now that we got phones.
Yes.
So it's easy to get distracted, but when we focus on who we are and what we want to do, especially as a young person, and we make that cool, then we start to see the impact of young people who are walking in their gifts and doing what they're put here to do.
I hear you. And in relation to that, like you said, how you are hot. I like that, okay? Hot. Hot. But listen to this. What am I saying to you? I'm asking this question here. I also believe a lot has to start at home. You said something. I'm the first generation in my home who you did this, you did that, you did this. You made that decision. But let's say there's a home and there's nothing, no example there that we can put in front of them. And so they think that because it's the gleam, the bling, all that good stuff that Diddy does, the big cars, the fur coats, that's the biggest life ever. How are we going to find a way that we can get into those heads who think that that is the way?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? How can we get them hot?
I'm a big believer in community. So a lot of the things that I was able to see and do didn't come from what I saw necessarily from my inner circle, my family. I had to tap into different communities because there was information that I wasn't exposed to.
Here you
So
go.
for the young person who's in a situation where they're like, well, I want to do all these things, or I think there's only one way to do certain things, I would encourage that person to find community, find a mentor, find someone who they do see their lives, and maybe they're close enough in proximity where they can reach out, send a DM and say, hey, can you mentor me? Hey, I want to do what you're doing. Hey, I want to be in a position where I can be a college student. I can go to the military. I can get this job.
Absolutely.
Because when we recognize that community is where impact and change really happens, that's when we start tapping into it.
That's good
Going
stuff.
back to the distractions, again, there are a lot of distractions, right?
Yeah.
And even when we talk about community, it's being able to have the awareness to know who is the right person, who are the
connect
right
with.
people
Yeah.
to connect to.
Absolutely.
And I think it's just having the awareness and courage to just go out. You
Gotcha.
know, this is what I'm seeing these people do, these different things. I want to do it too. How can we connect? How can you teach me? How can I
Absolutely.
learn?
Kathina, how do you feel about that? You see all this, you with Diddy, and you're being a mother. I'm a mother. Do you have any kids? Not yet.
Nope, not yet.
Okay. I mean, but with all this stuff that's going on with P. Diddy, and I mean, like, I've never been a fan of P. Diddy. Never. Been a fan of P. Diddy. But I do say he did something for himself. He took himself to a level. But with all of this that's coming out in the opening now, Kathina, how do you put that together? How do you present that? Because you're in the community with kids. How do you present that? How is it? What are the things that you're using that's hot? I love hot. I love it.
I agree. I do love hot, and I think that's the framework that you're going to use. You're going to be open and honest. So I'm like you, not a fan of P. Diddy, never have been. But with that being said, I teach my kids that there's a lesson in everything. Or when I'm talking to a group of kids, it's a lesson in everything. So I agree with most of everything you all have already said, which is that he has paved the way. But I think about, like, from a perspective of Diddy is he's like another guy that's running for president. They just have great relationships, right? Or they know how to manipulate and move things around.
They can manipulate.
Yeah. And so I'm just saying that to say, like, some people can build their image upon the backs of other people. And so that's one of the things that Diddy was able to do.
I got you.
And it's all about relationships. So regardless if you're talented or not, if you have great relationships, like Abraham said, you know, those people that you know you could trust, and if they believe in you, it could take you. Relationships can take you far. So I believe that P. Diddy has been successful.
Oh, very successful
because of the relationships that he has been able to obtain. And then he's a manipulator. But if unfortunately the thing about manipulation is those things catch up with you.
Oh, sooner or later.
Yeah. So I think that at this point, things are catching up. It's another lesson. The lesson is, children, things will catch up with you eventually.
It's overflowing right now. I don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, but listen to this, Kathina. I want to encourage everybody who's listening to us now, because I know this is a topic that's on the street everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're listening, like to be a part of it, come on, get involved with the show. 850-432-7768. You can call us and give me your opinion about what you think about what P. Diddy has done. Yeah. What do you think about what the bishop has done? Do you think, I don't want to say what they got this commercial going with the bishop, but Bishop TD Jakes is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that how he is so involved with Diddy, and they're saying that it went to another level.
But I can see also how that's a great topic, because I did understand where he was coming from when he said, you know, Jesus hung out with everybody, and you could be an influence. I don't know to what level.
Okay, that's where I was going to go.
I knew he was going to go there.
I don't think Jesus went there.
But I'm just saying that that's where discipline comes in play. That's where, you know, really standing on your morals and being hot. Right. Honest, open, and transparent. Well, not too open.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Open to change.
Yeah.
Doing something different.
Wait, that still could be tricky, now, Abraham.
I mean, but please, guys, do be a part of the show. If you want to text us, you can text us as well at 850-432-7768, or you can call us. So get prepared with your questions. We're going to come back and we're going to continue this conversation because Abraham and Katrina had a lot to share today. And you're into the right place because we're going to share with all the information. Knowledge is power. We're going to give you the power today right here on Sunshine's Corner.
There are many reasons someone may need in-home care, whether it may be respite care, them recovering from surgery, or having a chronic condition. Having someone dedicated and reliable is imperative. Supplemental Support Care Services was created to provide to those who are in need with quality care that they deserve in the home. Taking it a step further, our main goal is to ensure that Supplemental Support Care Services is where the love and care is top priority.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
And welcome back to the hottest spot there is. Did you get it? Yes. The hottest spot in town, that is Sunshine's Corner. Good morning again to everybody that's tuning in, that's getting all of this knowledge we're going to share today. Again, I want to thank my guests for coming in with me today. Of course, Mr. Abraham Scully. You went to school in psychology.
Yes.
Wow. What you reading on me, bro?
A whole lot. No, I'm just playing.
And of course, we got my girl, Kathina K. Nicole. I cannot call her that. I know her as Kathina.
Nicole. And you can say K. Nicole. Okay. But you're going to have people calling me Catalina. What's your first name? Like, just say Nicole.
But she has done some great things herself. We're going to hear a little bit about her story today as well, how she started from the ground up and created her own radio station. Yeah. She has an internet-based radio station that's doing well. She does a lot in the community. And that's what I mean about us collaborating to bring all of these resources together so we can reach more and more. Yeah. But back to you, Abraham. And I'm not going to stay too much on Diddy.
Okay. You done with Diddy?
I'm done with Diddy.
You're done with Diddy.
You notice nobody want to talk about Diddy. But what I want to talk to you about, I was reading with some of the things that you've done. You have this book. I think that's a book that's called that. Is that that's called Unlearn Those Lies.
Yeah.
That is a powerful topic. Mm-hmm. Tell me about you.
Yeah.
And tell me about those unlearned lies that you're going to share with us, how we can get rid of those lies.
Yeah, so I can't go into all the lies.
Right.
There are a lot of lies to unlearn. The book is called Unlearn the Lies, A Guide to Reshaping the Way We Think About Depression. So the book is centered around mental health and the stigma associated with mental health. And it's the stigma that keeps us suffering in silence. So the reason I even wrote the book was I started doing professional speaking in 2016. And I was speaking to different groups, young people, older people, churches, schools, corporations. And as I'm having these conversations, I start to realize we are all coming from different walks of life, different backgrounds, and it's so diverse in just our nature, but we have so much alike. than we have different. And one of those things that we had alike was the misconceptions that we held about depression, about mental health. And it was these things that was keeping us quiet.
Wow.
So in my mind, I always knew I wanted to write something, but I just didn't make time for it until the pandemic happened, and then I sat down. God sat me down.
Absolutely. Won't he do it?
Right?
Sat all of us down.
Yes, he did.
And I got to work. I wrote the book, and essentially I write about 7 lies. So there are a lot of lies, but I focused on the main lies that many people tell themselves. I can't talk about all of them because this would be a whole show. But
that's right.
One of the lies is that depression is a sign of weakness. So I think when many people think of depression, we think that is those people who are weak, those people who have not been through things, or they can't overcome those little things that are going on in their lives. But we don't understand that depression is actually a mental health condition. So in studying psychology and being trained in, different modalities and different trainings, I do suicide prevention trainings, I do trauma-informed trainings, and I've been doing this for a while. But in all the studies, you learn that there are different mental illnesses that exist.
Really?
There's a difference between mental health and mental illness. 2 totally different things. A mental illness is depression. So I was diagnosed as a college student at the University of West Florida with major depressive disorder. When I heard depression, I thought that meant I was weak until they said, no, all of these signs and symptoms point to depression, and there's something you can do about it.
Man, I got to be depressed.
Well, we didn't even go through the signs and symptoms yet.
She felt it. She felt it. But I was going to say, I think that the stigma on mental health has something to do with the history in the United States. So, historically, United States want one type of people, one type of way, and anybody who doesn't fit that box is not normal, right? And so when you think about witchcraft, or you think about the Salem witch trials, or anything, a lot of that things are tied to not understanding what mental health was, and not understanding when someone doesn't fit into a box that someone has deemed to be quote unquote normal. So I think that's our history with
the
mental health.
witchcraft, like you brought that up, because I'm like, well, with the witchcraft, what I'm saying, are you saying that with that, people would turn to that because they did not know that they were?
Well, what I was going to say is a person with mental health can perceived as being possessed versus you understanding that they are chemically imbalanced or they have a lot of things that they're going on in their head, and because they wasn't acting normal, they were perceived as being possessed or perceived as, maybe being a witch or something like that, because they did not think or act the way that someone deemed to be normal.
Now, I'm going to go spiritual on you for a moment.
Okay.
I got to incorporate it. I got to go put a little spirituality in there.
Bring God in.
When it says that, when you say I'm possessed, yes, there is a spirit that you can possess that will cause you that, because there are 2 entities there. Now, there's one entity that's going to try to deceive you that he is the right entity when he's not. And he will take any little crack that he can to put you in that mindset. So when you say that a person is feeling that maybe, I'll go talk to that person, that also can be, now I'm taking you a little bit deeper, that also can take you on the spiritual level, that's what that other entity is doing, because he wants to do what? To steal, kill, and destroy you any way he can. So what I'm pulling at little things that I hear, because I'm hearing things that I like to hear, then I know, even by you saying things, because I believe, and the only way I can tell you the truth is what I've done, where I've been through. Hot.
Yeah, right.
Okay? I'm very transparent. And as I was reading on some things that you had done, I know I've been, and still dealing with some depression right now.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You mentioned something common, being normal. And you're quote normal. And that's very true.
Yeah.
And you talk about depression, right? Depression is also called in different circles, in the mental health, I guess, like space industry, like the common cold of mental illnesses, because it is common, right? And here's the thing I like to share with people is, like, at the end of the day, we're human beings going through a human experience. A part of that human experience is challenges, is grief,
Yes.
It's loss.
Oh God.
It's difficulty. It's unmet expectations. And all of these things, when they affect you as a human being, it's going to impact your mental health. So what I want to share with other people, especially young people, is that, hey, it's okay to not be okay. That's
Exactly.
cool. Like, that's a part of life.
I agree.
But let's not stay there.
I agree.
What are the tools so that I can help myself, so that if I am depressed or if I am feeling this, you know, what can I engage with? What tools, what resources can I engage with so that I don't stay in that state and I'm unable to operate?
I have a question. So you said your major is psychology, and then you were diagnosed while you were in college.
Yeah.
So did you choose psychology prior to your diagnosis, or had you?
No, So honestly, I cared nothing about psychology. I cared nothing about mental health. I went to school to get the bag.
Come on now.
So what were you initially?
Information technology.
Oh yeah, you were in the bag.
With a focus in cybersecurity.
Yep.
I was like, what's the
still do
quickest
that.
way? I mean, I can, but I had no desire. I had no real passion. It was like, what's
So
the
your
quickest
passion
way?
is what you're doing
The
now.
money.
Oh man.
God, I can tell.
Oh man, this
I can
is not
see
work.
it.
So the diagnosis helped you choose that psychology path?
The diagnosis helped me to recognize there's more to life than what I thought was important.
Thank you.
Which was the bag.
Yeah, at that time, when you grow up in certain households, both my parents were Jamaican immigrants, and when you grow up in certain environments,
Of course.
there are things that you prioritize because of the environment that you're in. One of those things I prioritize, you know, I mean, it's still a priority to this day, but it's not where it was getting to the bag. I need to make sure that I'm the first to create opportunities for my family, for myself, and getting to the bag was one of those
I hear you.
routes. But then life happens, and then you realize, oh, there are other things that are important than just that thing.
So you like to say God, life, I like to say God, like, nah, let's go this way.
Yeah, God was in there too.
Yeah, he said, let's go this way.
And he'll lead us sometimes.
Absolutely.
He's leading us. Now we got to do is recognize that we didn't get there by ourselves. When you wrote the book, and then when you were diagnosed with, you had mental health issues, which I know I have, but it's there. But that's part
It's a
of
common
life.
cold. We all have it.
We all have it, and I'm acknowledging I have it. Okay,
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
think that's
She's hot.
you being hot. Let's stay hot. Let's stay right here.
I mean, come on, it's sunshine. She's hot.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too. But I say that because what I want to get in our community, again, I want to say now, if you would like to be a part of this show, because this is hot. I mean, this is a hot topic that I want us to really grasp onto and understand that you do not have to feel some kind of way, because if you have depression, if you have that, it's okay. You can get through that depression. You can learn how to deal with those issues that you have.
Yeah.
To get to the next level.
Yeah, and I want to mention something, because I know that there are people who are watching this who may start to say to themselves, well, I'm depressed. You know, I'm depressed. You know, I'm hearing these things and it must be me. And especially for our young people. And I don't want that to be the case. I don't want anyone to self-diagnose.
Right.
And that's not why I share. So when I want to make a clear distinction between a depressed mood or feelings of depression versus the clinical diagnosis of depression.
There you go.
So there are different signs and symptoms to be mindful of. And no one can diagnose themselves and treat themselves for a clinical, you know.
Dr. Sonshine.
You know what I'm saying? So what I would recommend is
She
for
gonna
me,
kick you off her show.
No, because there are,
I'm teasing.
but here's the thing. When we can make the distinction, you talked about education earlier. Education was the difference maker for me. I didn't know what depression was until I did. And then when I learned what it was, I knew what to do about it.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to educate. Is
So
that
you,
cool?
well, you did not self-diagnose yourself.
I did not.
All right, we got a call on the line that want to talk to us about this, and I'm going to go to line 10, right? Okay, 10 is going to be here, and we are going to go here, and I'm going to hit the speaker. Oh crap! I cut him off. Look.
Call back.
I'm hot. Call me back, please. I'm so excited about getting you on. I hit the wrong button, people. Okay, dial this number, 850-432-7768. Please accept my humble apology.
Sorry.
Please. I know you will. Okay, but anyways, oh man, I'm so excited. I want you to tell me some of the symptoms that you look for. Please let me say this one more time. I apologize to the caller. Okay, he's back.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to hit that button. Okay, here we go. 410, here we go. Boom. And good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. This is Betty. How are you today?
I am doing well, Betty. Great. Thank you for calling in and being a part of the hottest show on the Gulf Coast.
Yes, ma'am. It sure is.
Yeah.
What I was calling about was I wanted to ask a question about the depression that you guys are talking about.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to know if you are living in an environment with two people, specifically your mother and your father, how will that affect you as a young child? Will that affect your environment at all?
But when you say living with your parents, you mean like
if they are suffering from depression, you won't even know that. How do you think that would affect the child? And how would the people from the outside know that this child is suffering from depression because both of the parents have depression also?
Good question. Okay. Abraham.
Is that for me?
That's you, Abraham.
So I think
you're the only person with the psychology major up
well,
here.
you mentioned being depressed. So you may want to speak on it from that
Come on, Abraham, keep up.
So no, but I think that's an important point too. Is being able to share from that personal experience.
Right.
So I'd love for you to touch on it as well. But just to briefly answer this question, it will affect anyone that these individuals have in their circle,
contact with,
especially their children, because they are role models for their children.
Exactly.
When you think of a young person, the person that they look up to is their mom, is their dad. And so if the young person is looking at their mom and their dad, and their mom and their dad are depressed, and it's obvious in the household, then that's going to affect the young person, and the young person may also pick up on different tendencies that they see and may exhibit those same tendencies.
Okay.
So how do you recognize some of these things? I'll speak from my personal experience. Before I was diagnosed, some of the signs and symptoms I exhibited, I wasn't sleeping at night. I had these negative racing thoughts keeping me up. I was trying to slow down the thoughts. I was trying to calm my mind, and I was having a difficult time doing that. I wasn't eating, and that's a huge red flag for me because I love to eat. I got Jamaican parents, I got a Venezuelan wife, and all of them can cook. And
you're not eating?
And I wasn't eating.
And he a boy.
And I'm a man. A man, there we go.
Sorry.
There you go. Okay.
Sorry.
I accept the apology this time. But I was not eating. I just couldn't find my appetite. Right, I wasn't motivated. I didn't want to go to classes. I didn't want to be around people.
Wow.
I didn't want to do anything. I physically didn't have the energy to get out of bed. So when we think about depression and mental health, sometimes we think it's only affecting us in the ways that we can't see, but it also affects us physically. There are physical manifestations of depression.
Oh God.
I.e., your immune system is now not operating at its optimal level, and now we're catching colds easier.
Oh,
right?
really?
Yes. Yeah, there are physical manifestations. So what I would recommend is there are different screening tools that exist on the internet. There are different organizations that exist that can teach you more about these things that I'm sharing. Mental Health America is always a good resource that I like to share. And just browse what it looks like. Now, when we talk about mental health, I think it's also important to talk about the fact that there are young people who are thinking about taking their lives, right? And so what resources exist?
Too.
Yes, what resources exist for those as well? There is a national crisis lifeline. Anyone can call or text 988. They can call 988.
Oh, wow. You got that number, caller?
Yes, I do. I had another question. How about discussing depression in school? What tools do they have in the schools that children can go to if they themselves recognize the depression in their household?
More times than not, there's a guidance counselor in some way. There's social workers that the parent can reach out to the school and identify who that school counselor or social worker is. There are also organizations in the community that do provide formal and informal mental health services and support mechanisms. that the parent can reach to the school and say, hey, who do you know in the community as far as resources? But more times than not, you're going to find at least a school counselor, at least a social worker, and they can point you in the right direction.
Okay. You got that, caller?
I sure do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Oh, no, thank you for thank you for watching.
Okay.
All
and
right.
you guys have a nice day. I'm going to continue watching.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, baby.
Bye-bye.
Everybody, you see, you can be a part of this show. You see, was had some concerns because we're talking about a very, very, very topic that we got to make sure that it's open in our community. We got more of Abraham and more of Kathina coming up right after this. Because we're going to go and talk to my girl, Flo Anthony. She's got some gossip on the go for you coming from New York City. Stay close right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Hey, this is Gossip on the Go with Flo. How's everybody doing on this Friday? TGIF. Former Miss USA Kenya Moore attended New You Beauty Bar live event celebrating New You's 9th Annual Beauty Awards in Miami Beach on April the 12th through the 13th in a 2-day celebration of the best in beauty. Now, while the Real Housewives of Atlanta faces a major retooling and recasting ahead of its upcoming season 16 launch, Kenya has confirmed that she will be returning, declaring herself the longest-standing peach on Instagram, adding, "I may be gone with the wind fabulous, but I'm not going anywhere." You go, girl. WNBA star Brittany Grimes and her wife Sherelle Griner are gearing up to welcome their first baby together. Last Saturday, the couple announced the big news on Instagram, posted next to a photo of them holding hands beside a sonogram image of their bundle of joy. Can't believe we're less than 3 months away from meeting our favorite human being, Baby Griner, coming soon, July 2024. Now, that's how they captioned the photo, and the WNBA wrote, "Yay," while the Phoenix Mercury added Baby Griner. Brittany and Sherelle met at Baylor College and got married in June 2019. Even Zendaya is uncertain about the future of Euphoria. During Tuesday's premiere of her new movie Challengers, which took place at the Regency Village Theater in Los Angeles, Zendaya said she doesn't know when production will start for the HBO drama, even though she has an executive producer credit. Now, the award-winning actress told Variety, "I am not in charge, but of course, if it's right for the characters and everything turns out the way that it should, of course, but it's beyond me." This has been Flo Anthony with Gossip on the Go. Check me out on Instagram at Flo_author and on X at Banana Nose Kid.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel for all of your menwear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with the powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Hi, my name is Brett McCabe. This is my wife Tanya, and we're the owners of Pensacola AC and Auto Service Center.
From the moment you walk in the door, we are here to take care of you. Honesty and excellence are the standard of our team. Our goal is to give you peace of mind from oil changes to AC repair. All of our repairs come with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. We have a clean, welcoming waiting room with free Wi-Fi. When you leave here, you will have peace of mind. Come visit us and experience auto repair from people who care.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner, because it's so hot up in here today. My. But I tell you, my guest, Abraham Scully, along with Katina Dixon, we're having a great conversation. And I yet want to invite those who are watching, please, 850-432-7768. You can be a part of this. If you've got questions, like I'm so filled with questions, Abraham, this would not be long enough for me to cover them all. An hour would not, it's not enough time so that I could touch the thoughts that are going through my head right about now. And with the things that I'm finding out that I want to share with the community that's so important for them. Yeah. And I thank you for, let me say, I thank you, Quinn. You know.
Shout out to QB.
I mean, come on now. He is my good friend, and he is just such a, I love him with a perfect kind of love. He is just that guy. He's just so, and I love him, you know, with a perfect kind of love. But when we talk about more in depth with your book, those lies, we can get rid of them. Let's go a little bit deeper. You said that there were things that we needed to somewhat look for, and that's when the caller came in. But let's go a little bit more with your book, because I think that's so impressive. And I want you to flow from that into the fact that you've got something coming up. Yeah. For the kids, so they can find out where to teach them some things.
Yeah. So before we go to his book, I just have a question about this picture. Yeah. When was it taken? You look so much younger. Or is it was you got more hair?
I had more hair and I was younger. It was a couple years ago.
Okay. Excuse me. Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me go somewhere. Did you just say he looks so much younger? He looked like he's 16 up here now. I mean,
I'm talking about compared to the book cover. I was like, Abraham took that 10 years ago.
I mean,
nah. And I went through a few phases as far as my hair. I had dreads.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I had
did you
dreads.
really? You was in a dread family?
Yeah, I had a high top, and now, you know,
did she
wavy.
Have what about, you know,
no, I couldn't pull that
one off. Which one was your favorite?
The dreads.
Yes.
Yeah, the dreads.
Really?
Yeah.
I love these things.
I mean, you can do so much with it.
Yeah, they're just, it's so carefree.
Yeah. Okay, now don't get upset at me.
Okay.
I don't like them.
I know. It's a couple people that don't like them.
Yeah.
I had one lady, she says, and she was an older black woman. She says, "I'm just concerned that you won't be able to comb them out."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah. It's like it's supposed to be.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess I to each his own.
Yeah.
But my hair is natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
this is natural too now.
Right? No, I know. But see, but my hair is just natural. There, it's in its natural state. I took this hat off.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got a head full of natural hair. But I don't think in me, I, personal pronoun.
That's okay. Everybody's hot.
Right?
I just don't like it. I can't dress up like I want to. I like to see guys, I like to see a guy with them more so than I can a woman.
Of course.
Okay.
Because I love to see them when they got an edge up now with a guy, when they can pull those things back and that edge up is neat. Now I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got preferences. It's not that you don't like it 100%.
Men.
With
dreads.
So that was just a personal thing for y'all.
Yeah. Oh, she know I don't like it.
I love them. Best thing ever.
Yeah.
I see, because she also told me something. She said, "Oh, Sunshine, why don't you get this? It's just I woke up like this. I can't do it."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I wake up like this.
You know, I mean, choose your own.
Okay.
I like wigs.
That is too hot. When I got my dreads and I didn't have to wear a wig, I was like a dog sticking my head out the window with the air.
You had a wig on top of
when I would wear I'm saying the difference. So when I used to wear wigs and then I got my dreads and then I could feel the wind on my hair, I was like a dog.
Different. Yeah.
You can do that too. Just hold on to it.
Oh, baby.
Hold on.
And then Abraham pull up and be like, "Oh, okay."
You good?
And I say, "Excuse me, Abraham." Yeah. But you know, with all of that, you know, we're going back to the point that
of the book.
I don't like dress.
For women.
Tell me how you really feel.
For women. For women.
For women.
Yes.
Now, men, Willow has them, isn't you know Willow? Have you met Willow Albritton?
Yeah.
He does the Bring My Happy Back.
Yep.
Happy hour.
Happy hour.
Pensacola happy hour.
I have never seen a man with dress this long. I've seen him when they're down.
Okay.
When he's getting a retwist. Mm-hmm. I'm talking it will go to that door.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, and they're wrapped up and they will go to that door.
Wow.
I said,
so you like that?
Not that long. Not that long.
She's gonna lose a couple of viewers.
Right.
No, they're gonna come in.
What I
no, they're gonna say this. Oh gosh, she said it out loud. I agree with her. Because some people won't say what they feel.
Yeah.
And they'll look and say, oh, that's so pretty. And in your mind, you're saying,
that's true.
Well, they shouldn't be lying. If you don't like it, you don't have to say it's pretty. But just don't say nothing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be hot.
Yeah.
But some people don't have the nerve to be hot. Okay, put it like this. I have 2 kids too. My neighbor one time, right? When I had my son, he said to me, I said, oh, look at my baby. He's so cute. He said, that little rat, they all look like little rats when they get here, right? But he was open, and my baby, because I had that baby.
No, now my daughter was cute, but my son, that's a whole other story.
My baby,
now my daughter came out beautiful.
Yeah.
She really did.
That's rare.
Yes.
That's rare.
She really was a cute baby. But my son, baby, I was like, Lord, please, Jesus. God, I can't raise no ugly children. And my prayers worked because he is cute as a button now.
I think that I'm just saying that to say because we'll say things. I use him. I often use that guy, and I appreciate him.
You should have slapped that man for talking about your baby.
No, he told the truth.
That baby didn't like no damn.
Yes, he did.
My sister said my son didn't look ugly, but
we're the ones who are the parents.
Yeah.
We think now.
No, I knew he was
when
ugly.
you look at your child, you think you always go about your child, your child, your child, your child, and that person said, "Don't they see what that child just did?" I mean, but you understand what I'm saying?
Very
we
true.
don't see it because that's our baby. We push those babies out.
You know what I tell you?
What?
In my introduction, I always say, my name is Nicole. I have a 14-year-old who's going on 20. And if you ever meet Natalie and I'm not around, please don't judge me. I've done the best that I know how.
I'm trying.
I'm trying. I promise you. And she would say, Mama, I know you're not raising me like this, but.
I think she knows.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Now, let's connect that. Could there be an issue with mental health while kids do things that they do, or do you hear the question I'm asking? Just like we're saying.
I think, and I think I see where you're going. And we actually, through our nonprofit, we do monthly events. And in our last event, which was this past Monday, the conversation about more is caught than taught came up. And so essentially what we were talking about is, as parents and as people who have influence and have authority, we try to teach by saying a bunch of things, but our actions don't align with what we're saying.
Thank you.
And the young people who look up to us, they don't care about what's being said. They're
watching every step you take.
They're catching everything. And so their lives become, and this is not every case, because, there were certain, seasons in my life where my life was completely opposite of what I was being taught and what was in because I chose that route. That was on me.
Okay, hey, hold on 1 second. Somebody's playing me a rap song. I mean, I'm jamming in my ear and I can't hear you. Okay. Jen, somebody's playing me a rap song. Okay.
I guess this means
we
gotta dance.
No, that's Diddy.
That's
Diddy.
I appreciate your comment today.
He's on the
Diddy.
line.
You know they say it's part of Illuminati.
Okay, somebody need to turn Diddy off.
Diddy is getting you.
Cause I can't hear. I have this to hear you, but I hear say I'm gonna do it. Okay, please stop it.
That's Diddy. Diddy's please stop it.
No, it's not going yet. I still hear Diddy. I'm going down the hill, gonna get it. Don't you do it.
You know the whole song.
Yeah.
Cause I have to do my research to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm still getting Diddy. Okay, working on Diddy. Come on now. Take you to the bishop and I tell you.
Look, I'm jamming with you like I hear it.
Exactly. But okay, we're gonna come back. We're having a few Diddy moments.
Yeah.
But stay with us. We're coming right back to Sunshine's Corner. Ooh, give it there.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Do you want to create but don't know where to start? Our new fabric line will inspire you. If you can dream it, we can help you make it. From using kits that include everything you would need, to taking classes to create something more personalized, Daryl's is the place for you. No matter if you're just beginning or experienced, Daryl's has you covered. Find us at 6705 North Davis Highway. Open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
Well, welcome back to Sunshine's Corner. Thank you, Diddy, for stepping in. We didn't ask for you today, but I appreciate you coming on. He wanted to talk, and he said he had to visit with him.
She's not gonna let that go. She's not gonna let that go.
But listen, we are having a fantastic show today because there's so much information and so much. Look at the connection that we've made on this set right here today, because sometimes you can sit next to somebody, you can't talk. That connection's not there. You are very, very much so people with a lot of knowledge. Tell us about what you got coming up in July that you want me to be a part of.
Yeah, you say how you put that in. I love it. July 19th, I help run a nonprofit organization here in town called Storytelling Solutions of America. And so we're teaching teenagers how to own their story and share their story and access mental health care. So at this summit, it's our annual event, the biggest event.
Right.
And we're bringing together 200 teenagers to learn about mental health and different ways to positively express themselves.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's July 19th, 9 a.m. It's at Gateway Church, and we have open registration, and we want to spread it as far and as wide to as many teens as we can.
How can they register? You say you got open registration?
SSAsummit.org.
SSAsummit.org.
That's correct.
Parents, get your kids there.
Is there a registration fee?
There's a registration fee. It's early bird $15 right now.
Oh, that's cute.
Super simple. And the ticket includes tons of things. We have T-shirts, we have swag, we have a food sponsor, which everyone knows, but I can't announce yet. But if you keep up with our social media,
is it Jamaican?
I can't announce yet, but you will be excited once you hear about the food that we're gonna have for the teens. We have different breakout sessions. We are flying out speakers. We actually have the speaker and founder of the National Suicide Hotline.
Oh,
who's
wonderful!
Coming to speak to the teens as far as how he was able to take a devastating situation in his life and create a product that has saved so many lives throughout our nation. He's worked with Kennedy. He's worked in legislation to change certain laws to make sure that the conversation of suicide prevention is at the forefront. and we're flying him out to speak to the team.
Excellent, excellent. So everybody, please write that date down. That's July the 19th.
Correct. It's in the summertime, so you're not in school.
You're not in school. There's no
Parents
excuses.
Can just drop them off.
That's right.
But here's the thing.
Well, let me get my phone
but here's the other thing. If parents would like to be a part of it, you can be volunteers. We're looking for volunteers as well. Mm-hmm. We're looking for sponsors. We still have a few sponsor slots for community organizations or businesses that want to participate.
Right.
So there's tons of opportunities to engage the community so that we can work together to make this happen.
What age group primarily?
13 to 18 years old.
Okay. Well, let me say this, because this is a powerful, I can see the information that you're going to have there to help change, to make a difference. I want to encourage the parents that are watching today. I want to encourage every person that's watching this show. Please do not allow an opportunity like this to pass. I don't want you to just come out there because you can drop your kids off now.
What?
You heard me. No.
She got excited when you saw Nicole. She was like, what?
I don't want you to come out there just because you drop.
You know what? I'm going to be out there saying, Abraham said I can drop it.
I did say that. I did.
But
it's
listen,
recorded.
what I want to do is this. I want you to plan to be a part of this. Remember now, there is a way that you can get in touch. That's
SSAsummit.org. The summit is called the Inspired Minds Summit 2024.
Oh, how wonderful. Please don't let this pass by. Get involved with that and be a part of it, because this is change.
Yeah.
This is good change.
Yeah.
You know, this is a way that we can show our young people, if you got your eyes set on one thing, but there's a whole multitude of things that you can do to be successful, to get your life on the right track. And it's not all about glitz and glam.
And one thing I want to share, because we were talking a little bit offline, is there are a lot of young people who are doing certain things that may not be the best, right? And sometimes there are, older people who are skeptical as far as what the young people are doing and should I be fearful for my life and things like that. The great thing about this summit is we are attracting like-minded young people who care about mental health, who want to do something positive in the community.
Absolutely.
So imagine 200 teenagers in one room together, learning together to see how we can create impact. We have teen speakers that they will be our keynote speakers as well. That are right here in our community.
Right.
And we're excited to give them the platform to share their stories and advocate.
So you can see by listening to Abraham. Look, we got to get out of here, Abraham. It's been a fantastic day. There's so much information. I wish I had 2 hours. But I want to leave you as I do every single day, friends. And remember, if you just think about this before you do something, whatever you do, if you always remember first, keep God first. If you keep him first in whatever you do, I can guarantee you this, he's not going to lead you wrong. You're going to be a total success. So until Monday at 9 o'clock in the a.m., I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone.